We continue now at the top of Daf Lamed Hey Amud Aleph in Meseches Sotah. This is Sotah Daf 35a. The Gemara is continuing to darsh in the Pesukim by the Meraglim. The Gemara in the bottom of the last Amud quoted the Pasuk Vayashuvu mitor Aretz. It says they returned from spying out the land, and then the Pasuk continues Vayelchu Vayavo, and they went and they came. Rashi over here says Vayelchu Vayavo lo garsin, and that's not the proper girsa. Lo garsin no chsiv elo Vayelchu yiserahu. Rather, the point over here of the Gemara is there's an extra Vayelchu. Kevan dechsiv le'el Vayashuvu, because we just quoted earlier on the previous Amud Vayashuvu, they returned. So lo havale l'memer ela Vayavo el Moshe. The next pasuk should just say Vayavo el Moshe, and so they're darshaning here the extra Vayelchu. And so the Gemara now darshans Amar Rabbi Yochanan Mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yochai. Rabbi Yochanan darshans in the name of Rabbi Shimon bar Yochai. Ma'akesh halicha l'biyah. What's happening in this pasuk? The reason why there's an extra Vayelchu is because we're comparing the halicha, the going to Eretz Canaan, to the coming, to the returning. Ma'biyah be'etzara, just like they're coming over here, it's with bad counsel, with evil counsel. Af halicha be'etzara, so too when they went in the first place. So that also was be'etzara. That also was with evil counsel. And the Gemara continues. The pasuk says by the Meraglim, "Vayisapru lo vayomru bono v'gomer." It says that that they told him, and they said, "We came to a land," and they said it was Eretz Zavas Cholav Udvash. And so it sounds like a positive message. But then it's written that the people that they're very strong, we're not going to be able to conquer them. Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, Mishum Rabbi Meir, in the name of Rabbi Meir, Kol Lashon Hara she'ein bo dvar emes b'tchila. So anytime there's Lashon Hara, but if it doesn't have something true in the beginning, ein miskayim sofo. So then it's not going to be something which is going to be miskayim. It's not going to be something that's going to be maintained at the end. Rashi explains, "Eino miskayim shemachzikin oson hashomen kabadoin lefiga chomer dvar emes tchila kadei sheyaminu." This is the way that people are going to be able to believe you, by saying this truth in the beginning. So the Meraglim said, now people will be able to believe us, and then they were able to say the lie at the end. And the Gemara continues, "Vayas kolev esa amel Moshe." So it says that Kolev quieted the people towards Moshe. Amar Rabba says, Rabba is darshaning the word Vayahas, shehisison bedvarim. It means he persuaded them with words. And the Gemara explains, Pasach Yehoshua de Kamishtoi, Amri Le, Dein Rosh Ketia Yemalel. So Yehoshua, he wanted to say something, but then he said that if I say something, so then they're going to say back, this person, Rashi over here says, Techazia Kolev le Yehoshua, so Kolev saw Yehoshua, Sherotza ledaber, that he wanted to speak. V'shesku b'nezifa v'yamru lo, Rosh HaKatu Yedaber, Misha Rosho Katu, means to say somebody whose head is cut off, She'ein lo bonim, that's an expression meaning to say, he doesn't have any children, Litol Chelek Bartz, he's not even taking a portion in the land. Hu Yedaber b'fanenu, he should speak in front of us. That's what it means to say. Yehoshua was going to speak, but then they said to him, or they would say to him, Dein Rosh Kati Yamala, this person whose head is cut, so he should speak. So Amar, he said, Amri ve'milsa v'chasminli. So therefore Kalev said to himself, if I speak, so I'm going to say something, and then they're going to silence me. Amar lahen, so he said to them, V'chizu bilvad asalanu ben Amram, is this the only thing that Ben Amram did for us? So Savri, so then the people thought, Bignuse Kamishtoi, that Kalev was about to say bad things about Moshe Rabbeinu, so Ishtiku, so then they were silent. That was a way, that was a method of getting the people to be silent, and then Kalev continued. Amar Lui said to them, Hotzionu mi Mitzrayim, he took us out of Mitzrayim, V'kar lanu esayam, and he tore the sea for us, he split the sea, V'achilanu es amon, and he gave us the mun to eat. Im yomer asu sulamos v'alalu rakia. If he says that we should make sulamos, we should make ladders and go up to the rakia, go up to the heavens, lo nishma lo, would we not listen to him? Alo na'le v'yirashnu asav v'gomer, we would surely go up and we would conquer it. It would surely be possible, anything that Moshe says. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says by the Meraglim, V'anoshim asher olu imo amru lo nuchal v'gomer, it says the people that were with him, they said, we're not going to be able to conquer the land. And the pasuk goes on to say, Ki chazak hu mimenu. And the Gemara says, Amar Rabbi Chanina bar Papa says, Davar gadol dibru Meraglim ba'osa shah. At that moment, the Meraglim said a great thing. Ki chazak hu mimenu. They said it's stronger than us. The people of the land are stronger than we are. But al tikri mimenu. Don't read it that they're stronger than us. Ela mimenu. What they were actually saying was that the people of the land are stronger from him. They're stronger than HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Keveyachol, as if to say, Afilu balabayis, even the balabayis, Eino yachol hotzi kelim misham. He can't take his own kelim out of there. They were questioning the power of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says, Eretz ochelas yoshvehi, it's a land that consumes its inhabitants. Darash Rava Darshan Damar HaKadosh Baruch Hu said, Ani chashavti l'tova, I did this, it was supposed to be a good thing. V'heim chashvu l'ra, and they're considering it to be a bad thing about the land. Ani chashavti l'tova, I considered it as a good thing. D'chol hecha dematu meis chashiva dedu, ki hecha denitradu, that everywhere that they went, meaning everywhere the Meraglim went, so someone important of the Canaanim died, and that way they were busy. V'lo l'shalo abasrayu, said they wouldn't ask about them, and that was a way to make it easier for them to be spies. And there are others that say Eov nach nafshi, that Eov had died at that time. V'tridu kuli alma besbeid, and everyone was busy with the eulogies. But heim chashvu l'ra, but they thought of this as something that was bad. Eretz ocheles yoshvei, that it's a land that consumes its inhabitants. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says, "Vanehi beinenu kachagovim v'chein hayinu." It says that we were in our eyes, we were like grasshoppers, and that's what we were like to them. Amar of Mesharshi says, "Meraglim shakri have the Meraglim were liars." B'shaloma vanehi beinenu kachagovim. I understand that in our own eyes we were like grasshoppers. L'chiyai, that makes sense. Elavchein hayinu beineim, but to say that's what we were in their eyes, mino haviyadi. So how did they know what they look like to the inhabitants of the land? But the Gemara continues, Velohi, it's not true. The Meraglim were not lying about this. Because when they were giving the meals for the mourners underneath the cedar trees, Havimavri, that's where they were giving the meals. And when they saw them, Salko Yasvi Bilone, they went up and they sat in the trees. And Shami de Ka'amri, and then the spies heard that the people were saying, Chazin on Inshi, we see people, the Damu Lakamsi, that are similar to grasshoppers, Beiloni in the trees. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says, "Vatisa kalo eda vayitnu es kolam vayivku." It says that the whole congregation, they all cried. Amar Rabba, Amar Rabbi Yochanan. Rabba says that Rabbi Yochanan said, "Oso hayom erev Tisha B'av haya." That day was erev Tisha B'av. Amar Hakadosh Baruch Hu. Hakadosh Baruch Hu said, "Hein bachu b'chiyah shalchinam." They cried for nothing. Vani ekva lehem b'chiyah ledoros. And I will make this a day where they will cry for generations. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says, "Vayomru kol ha'edo lirgom osam ba'avonim," and all the people said to stone them with stones. Uchsivin, it's written, "Uchvod Hashem nira bo'ol moed," that the glory of Hashem appeared in the Oel Moed. Amar Rabbi Chia bar Abba says, "Malami," this teaches us, "Shenadlu avonim," that they took stones, v'zorkum klape malam, they threw them towards the heavens as if throwing them at HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says, "Vayamusu ha'anashim motziei dibas ha'aretz rava magef." It says the people who said bad about the land, they died in a plague. Amar Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish, Rabbi Shimon ben Lakish says, "Shemesu misa meshuna," that they died a strange death. Amar Rabbi Chanina bar Papa, Darash Rabbi Shilo ish kfar tamarta. Rabbi Chanina bar Papa says that Rabbi Shilo ish kfar tamarta darshaned malamid. This teaches us shenishtarvev l'shonam v'nashal al tiburam, that their tongues stretched out and fell on their navel. V'hayu toloim yotzos milashonam v'nechnasos b'tiburam, and worms went out from their tongues and entered into their navels. Umitiburam v'nechnasos b'lashonam, and it went from their navels and entered into their tongues. Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak, Rav Nachman bar Yitzchak says, "Ba'asachra mesu," they died with the disease asachra, which causes a person to choke to death. And the Gemara continues at the two dots. The Gemara continues the story of Klal Yisrael crossing the Yarden. V'chevon sha'ala ha'achron shabi Yisrael min ha'Yarden. When the last one of Yisrael came up from the Yarden, chazru mayim lemekoman. So the waters returned to their place. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, "Vahi ba'los hakohanim nosei Aaron bris Hashem mitoch ha'Yarden nitku kapos raglei hakohanim el ha'charava." When the feet of the Kohanim went to the dry land, vayashuvu me ha'Yarden lemekomam. So the waters of the Yarden returned to their place. Vayelchu kesmol shilshom al kol gadosav, and the waters moved like yesterday and the day before along the banks. Nimsa Aaron v'nosav v'kohanim mitzad echad. And so the Gemara explains, it comes out that the Aaron and those carrying it and the Kohanim, they were actually still on the other side of the Yarden, on one side of the Yarden. V'Yisrael mitzad echad, and Klal Yisrael, they were on the other side of the Yarden. They had crossed the Yarden. And so therefore what happened, Nasa Aaron es nosav v'avar. So the Aaron carried those who were carrying it, and they were able to pass over the Yarden. Shenemar, as it says in the pasuk, Vayikasher tam kol ha'am lavor vayavor Aaron Hashem v'kohanim lefnei ha'am. It says that when the entire nation finished crossing, so then the Aaron Hashem and the Kohanim, they crossed in front of the people. And the Gemara continues, Ve'al davar zeh nenash Uzzah, was regarding this matter that Uzzah was punished. Shenemar, as the pasuk says, Vayavo ad goren kidon vayishlach Uzzah es yado lechos es ha'aron. Pasuk over there talks about the fact that Uzzah sent forth his hand to try to grab the Aaron. Amar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him, Uzzah, nosav nasa, atzmo lo kol shekein Uzzah, it's able to carry, the Aaron is able to carry those that carry it. You don't think it's able to carry itself, you don't need to stretch out your hand to support the Aaron. Vayichar af Hashem ba'Uzzah vayakeu sham al hashal. The pasuk goes on to say that Hashem became angry at Uzzah, and he hit him there because of the error. Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Lazar, it's machlokas Rabbi Yochanan and Rabbi Lazar, chad amar al iskei shalu, v'chad amar she'asa tzracha b'fanav. One says that what it means is because of the mistake that was made, that's why he was hit over there. And the other opinion says she'asa tzrachav means that he actually went to the bathroom over there in front of the yaron. That refers to the bottom of his garments that he pulled up, and that's why he was punished in that area. Vayamas shamim aron ho'elokim, and then it says he died there with the aron of Hashem. Amar Rabbi Yochanan says, he darshans from this pasuk, Uza bali olam haba, that Uza came to olam haba, shenemar, because it says, im aron elokim, it says he died with the aron. Ma aron liolam, just liolam kayim, just like the aron is forever. Af Uza bali olam haba. So too, Uza came to olam haba. And the pasuk says, "Vayichar leDavid al asher paratz Hashem paratz b'Uza," that David became angry about this. Amar Rabbi Elazar says, "Shenishtanu panav kecharara." What it means to say is that David's face changed because of the anger. Kecharara, like bread changes when you bake bread. And the Gemara says, "Ela me'ata," but according to that, kol echad tichsiv vayichar hachanami. But anytime it says vayichar, are you going to darshan it the same way? If you're darshaning it over here in that fashion, so that should be anytime the pasuk says vayichar. And the Gemara answers, Hasam ksiv af. Over there, it says the word af. When it says vayichar af, we don't make such a drasha. Hachalo ksiv af. But over here, it just says vayichar David. It doesn't say the word af. And so therefore we darshan kecharara, that his face changed colors, like when a person is baking the bread. And Rashi explains, and this is going on the argument of the Amoraim, what does it mean al hashal? The first opinion al iske shalush gaga sheshagag lechos bo. That means the mistake that he made. He was punished for the mistake that he made a mistake and grabbed the aron. And sha'asa tzrachav, that he went to the bathroom. V'shal lashon ki yishal zeisechu v'shal yasa. It comes from the same language as these psukim ki yishal zeisechu and b'shal yasa, which indicates davar hamutal milmalu lamata, something that's hanging from up to down. Meaning again, he lifted up his garments in order to go to the bathroom, and that was in front of the aron. That's why he was punished. And the Gemara continues, Darash Rava Darshan Mipnei Man Nenesh David. Why was David punished? This refers to the fact that David was punished because Uzzah died indirectly through David, so to speak. Mimnei Shakara LeDivrei Torah Zemiros. The reason is because he called Divrei Torah Zemiros. He referred to Divrei Torah as songs. Shenemar, like the pasuk says, Zemiros Hayu Li Chukecha Beveis Megurai. It says your laws, your statutes were like Zemiros. They're like songs. Amar lo HaKadosh Baruch Hu. So HaKadosh Baruch Hu said to him, Divrei Torah Shekasav Behen Hasoif Einecha Bo Veinenu. You're talking about Divrei Torah. It says about them that if you turn your eyes away from them, they aren't there anymore. Atakorios on Zemiros, and you're referring to these great Divrei Torah as Zemiros, as songs. Hareini machshilcha bedavar shafilu tinoko shel beis rab and yodino. So I'm going to cause you to stumble in a matter that even the school children know about. T'chsiv, as it's written, v'levnei kahaslo nasam ki avodas hakodesh v'gomer. It says that by the bnei kahas they're supposed to carry the aron on the shoulders. V'iyu asya bagalta, and he brought it in a wagon. So that was a mistake that David HaMelech made, and that's what eventually caused the punishment. And the Gemara continues, the pasuk says, Vayach bi'anshe Beis Shemesh ki ro ba'aron. It says that the people of Beis Shemesh, they were punished because they saw the aron. And the Gemara says, Mishum dero vayach, just because they saw the aron, that's why they were punished, that's why they were hit. Rabbi Avo and Rabbi Elazar, it's a machlokas between Rabbi Avo and Rabbi Elazar on this issue. Chad Omar kotzrenu mishtachavim hayu. One says that they were still in the middle of harvesting, they were reaping, and they were bowing, meaning when they saw the aron returning, they didn't stop working. They were bowing while they were still working. The Chad Amar, and the other one says Mili Nami Amar. They also said words that were inappropriate, and we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Lamed Hey Amud Beis.